All right. So we've got Lilly Reale here with us, rookie extraordinaire. Lilly, if you could just start us off and same deal, guys, we'll have you hit the raise your hand function and we'll just try to go as we go here. But yeah, just how are things going for you your first 3 weeks as a rookie in the NWSL? And like we are just talking about with Sophia going to Spain right off the bat has to be a pretty cool aspect of this. But just how are you doing to start your rookie year?
Yeah, I honestly have so much to say. Like, I think things are going really well here. Getting to know a lot of the girls, getting a little bit closer with the coaches, the staff, meeting the support staff as well, our media staff. Everyone's just so welcoming. So it's awesome. And honestly, like something I could only dream of. I think this transition can be pretty hard from what I've heard from college or just being a younger kid coming in. So yeah, I think I can only thank most of the players and coaches who have not only welcomed me, just like helping me adjust to being a pro and the lifestyle that there is here, but also on the field, just being so intentional with what they're saying to me, how they help me. Even like players in my position, that are veterans on this team. It's just cool knowing that they have my back and want me to learn so that our team can be so successful. Because I think like one thing that I was a little bit skeptical of is just like going into this environment. Obviously, it's a job, so you kind of wonder how those relationships are going to be and function off the field. But I couldn't be more pleased with everyone around me, how I feel, and just learning from some of the best. So it's like I said, no complaints here, which is awesome.
Well, love hearing that. Let's start with Jenna first, and then Maddie will go after that.
Okay, just my first time using Zoom apparently. Um, Thank you, Lily, so much for taking the time. I asked Sophia this, but I'm really interested, now with the fact that out of college you can kind of pick where you want to go a little bit more freely because there's no draft. Just what about Gotham made this the place that where you wanted to start your pro career?
Yeah, so I was pretty lucky over the past couple of years to be able to train with Angel City in the summer and then also Gotham right before my senior season. So yeah, I think I have positive experiences and things to say about both, but I think something that just really stood out about Gotham is the intensity and the level of talent and just knowledge that this team has. And like I said, even being here just 2 or 3 weeks has really improved my game and made me a better person and player. So I think I could really just see that over this past summer. Um, Obviously, getting feedback from coaches and stuff. This past summer, only having trained with them for a week, but it was just an environment that I really appreciated, player competition wise and also feedback wise. That's something that's really important to me. I know like some coaches, can kind of just try and say, hey, that's awesome, or not really um, look into your game per se if you're not on the team. But right away, they were, giving me feedback in training, um, making adjustments, stuff like that. Just little tips here and there. And it just showed me that they, really pay attention and really care about their craft as coaches and just as people. So, yeah, I think that's really what drew me in, but also just the level of talent and knowledge and expertise, I think really drew me in as well because you see how Gotham in the past couple of years has developed players, given some players their first caps with the national team, pushed them to excel in their national teams. So yeah, I think you really can't, overlook that as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And one of the things I'm interested just in your kind of personal view is so this is the first year where the league doesn't have a draft. but no other soccer league in the world has a draft. So, just what you were feeling when you heard like, okay, I don't have to submit my name for a draft, and just your thoughts on how now like the NWSL sits in like the global ecosystem of soccer now that you kind of have this ability to sign where you want, like you could anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very special, and I feel like incredibly honored to be a part of this first class that goes in and just has a little bit more autonomy over your future, and whether that be for personal, developmental, whatever reason it is to pick a team that fits you best, you're able to do that, which is really special. So for me, like I said, there's a number of reasons why Gotham was the best fit for me, but really just being able to take your time with that process and understand and hear from different coaches' perspectives, or understand where you would fit into different teams, is really special, because when you're going into the draft, it kind of is just up to odds a little bit. So having teammates who have done or gone into the draft in the past, it can be really exciting, but it can also be a little bit overwhelming, because there isn't that autonomy there. And obviously it's a privilege to be in this league no matter where you go, but I think it is really special when you have a little bit more control over your future.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
All right, Maddie, go ahead.
Hi, how does having like some of your UCLA teammates like Sophia and Ryan here just help with the transition from college to pro, and maybe also helped you just feel more comfortable quicker, in a new environment?
Yeah, honestly, I think the culture that we had at UCLA was so special. So to be able to come in and have people that I'm so close to that understand me inside and out, accept me for me, and just bringing that like hint of our culture into this team. And then also, just like I said, being able to have someone who knows you for you and will like back you up, is really special, because I think, like you said, it can be kind of difficult to come into an environment maybe where there's players you used to look up to, and it's a little bit overwhelming coming in and trying to be yourself, or make friends right away. But I think when you have someone there who will always have your back and is just kind of like a +1 or +2, which is really special, definitely helps make the difference going in and feeling a little bit more comfortable to be yourself and to show who you are. Someone who will just back you up, no matter what, is awesome. So that's been very helpful.
And then how has this Spain trip helped just jumpstart, building those relationships, getting quickly integrated within the system, and kind of maybe put you guys ahead of schedule in terms of just like camaraderie as a team?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're in such a beautiful place, but you only really have your teammates around you all the time and your staff, and everyone that's a part of the Gotham squad, you really get to know each other very quickly. And just whether it be like exploring or going out to dinner, eating meals consistently with them, training obviously every day too, but just spending time with and around each other is really special, because when you're at home, you have the ability to just go in, train, and then go home. But I think here it's been so awesome because, I mean, not that you're trapped with each other, you can do whatever, but it's really nice to just be able to have those consistent meeting times with each other, be able to get to know each other a little bit easier. And it just kickstarts the process to then figure out things that you guys all like to do and things that you can do together. So I think that's definitely been a bigger thing here. Just being able to understand who each other are as people and as players, but just knowing what you like to do, so you can go and do it in this, like I said, beautiful country, a little bit warmer, which is nice.
All right, we've got time for two more, so I want to make sure I get to Peyton and then Sean. So Peyton, go ahead.
Hi, Lily.
Hi.
I have only had a few conversations with Marguerite over the past few years, but she really seemed to emphasize just like the importance of communication, understanding how to communicate on the field, off the field, and care for the player. So I hope that I read that right to like what your experience was with her, because it seemed like it would be a really great environment. And I was wondering how that impacted what you looked for in a professional environment, if those were things that maybe you valued higher or kind of were more top of mind, and how kind of Gotham has maybe not directly like compared to that, but how that has aided that decision making and growth in this environment.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely someone who plays best when I'm feeling like I'm at my best mentally, and socially, especially too. So I think Gotham, in many ways, and UCLA as well, kind of helped kickstart, my career, especially starting at UCLA, obviously, being around girls and around coaches who really care about your mental health and about creating those relationships and connections. And then being able to bring that into, and also seeing that at Gotham, between the support staff, between the coaches and the players, understanding how all of those things go into your performance on the field. And like I said, how that impacts you as a player, just feeling happy, feeling free on the field, starts with those relationships and those connections off the field. So, as I said, I think just being able to set the foundation and have those friends first, and then bringing those friendships onto the field, obviously, makes you want to play a lot harder for each other. Like implement the things that they're talking to you about, whether it be from the coaches or from your teammates. So, yeah, I think obviously UCLA did an awesome job at, setting the foundation for me to understand, that is something that goes into my performance on the field. And then as I was looking for a club that could support those needs, Gotham was just kind of a no-brainer for me, looking into, the relationships that they really try to create, and the community top down, from the GM, from the staff, from the coaches to the players, that they implement, and the feedback they receive and implement each year. So,
All right, thank
So much.
you, Peyton. Sean, go ahead.
Thank you for your time today. Just a quick question. I can see that the time is running down. I got on late, so if this was already asked, please let me know. But how would you compare and contrast both training and the games that you've played thus far? Your time with the under-20s, UCLA, the time with your team now, as well as the games against the European competition you've gone up with of late.
so U20 is like the US system.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Obviously, I think with the US system, I was lucky enough to start that age group with the U15s and then kind of go up. So you're in and around a lot of the same players all the time. So obviously, in my time here, I think that's one of the things that might contrast. I don't know these girls as much yet, although I am starting to know them a lot better, which is awesome. But yeah, I think the US system has an awesome way of pushing you in trainings and creating that intensity and that pressure that then makes you feel comfortable, hopefully, in environments like this. So I think that is one of the things that I can really thank, UCLA included, but especially the US system and the youth national teams, where each training is, and each camp really is an evaluation of, have you gotten better? Are you pushing yourself? Are you implementing the things that the coaches are demanding of you? And I think that kind of just helps me then transition into an environment like this, where maybe I'm a couple of years behind on experience, as opposed to some of these veteran players. But they're all very helpful. And I think that is one of the reasons I've just been able to feel a lot more comfortable and play a lot more free in this environment, is because I've been in previous environments where the coaches do push you really hard, and you're surrounded by good teammates who are equally as knowledgeable as you, if not more sometimes, luckily on this team. But yeah, I think just like I said, having players around you who demand more of you every day is another thing you could compare or compare from the US system. But yeah, I've really nothing but thanks to give to them for pushing me and allowing me to feel comfortable at now this next level.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lily. Appreciate it. Thanks to everyone for joining the Zoom.